Cole is the does get hit markers by Jez. Going up against, they're now all tied up 1-1. Theo is going to get taken down by Jazz. You can now see Jazz pushing up towards the B flag. We're rocking that 35 round. See that we have Vague pushing up incredibly far, but this should be a free kill for Theo, sure enough. With the push from the backside, finds Jazz.
Licença, torcia, Pofo, botão no cofrinho do Ibis, Pofo pra cima do Delzinho, double Pofo do craque, faz clique aí meu chat, você tá no YouTube, faz o clique da jogada.
Um som, morto.
Vou cravar cima, crava esquerda.
Tem um, só tem ar. Não tem mais um.
Aí tem que botar essa pode saber agora, calma,
Nossa!
And we've got two players left to deal with. FN 420. Oh my god, Lucky, what the hell was that? Count them out. Can't do it. Lucky is Dark Wizard. You're the only hope here, Dark Wizard. Oh my god, we've got a 2v5 that is a reality. Lydia looking for the shots. Lydia's gonna round the corner. Lydia finds one. Lydia just needs to find Lucky. Doesn't happen. We're going to another round. The most at the moment finds another one. Just an absolute demon. A quick list in with the side of Nova. Dave, you're going in.
People see, there is one A now. One that doesn't miss twice.
Out. Oh my, Chris, he's all 1-4. Where you at, homie? I know you're in a typical sniper scenario right now. You're it ain't even close. Lucky, get headshot. Cosmo, smoke. Get it too, homie. We got a 1v1.
Oh my goodness, Iona! Bro, watch.
Extemble's left alive. Now it's Iona looking to make this.
Yo, this girl's dirty! Aggressively push up to this degree. Lydia's able to find one. Artem, Misa coming through. What's that? Is that a kilo? Whoa! Artemisa, the Damascus kilo. Ooh, Chels. Finds one, is looking for two, but Artemisa. Yo, this girl kind of nuts with the kilo, bro.
Yo, how are you?
I have been. Found herself on that Sparrow shot, but the Angels do maintain this P3. Oh, Brick stuff! Well, it was looking good for a minute there at the beginning of this round, but it has quickly gone in. I think you're right on the money. The arrows can push that up, finds two in the feed to start things off. Those double kills are worth a ton of points, let alone
everybody. We are reporting live on a Friday evening. That's right. It's the weekend, y'all. Get ready to get excited for two banger of a matchups that we have ahead of us. I am always in Verdict. Joining me tonight on this venturous Friday evening, man. We're going to get in here and get some work done, chat. It's day. Talk to me, bro. How's your night been?
It has definitely been all right, and I am excited to get on into the NA action here. We've got some phenomenal teams coming your guys' way. We'll be, graced with seeing some LG gameplay today, so I think that's always exciting for both us and the fans to get to see them. Obviously, being one of the teams going on further into the Stage 4 competition, we're going to be all eyes on them, so... we've got some other teams in the mix as well that are in a similar position, though. So, LG versus ARP to start things off. Pretty hyped about that. You got Six Kings versus Devious as well tonight. So, at least I was promised. I was promised we were going to have two matches. So,
yeah.
As I said earlier, only time will tell, right?
No, you're absolutely right. And I'm going to go ahead and say, I popped into Shotzi's stream earlier, and I was like, bro... I mean, you said DICE disband, and then you say DICE scrimming, and then you hit me with, oh, we're scrimming, but we're not playing Mobile Mayhem. And then I come to find out you little jack, you know what, are playing for ARP Gaming. Yeah, this is a different roster that is competing as of right now. The ARP Gaming roster is going to consist of Hacks, Shotzi, Teabag, Kimlax, Yon, and Detchery. So, kind of a combination, I don't know what to call this. A hybrid ARP and DICE Gaming? I don't know what to think of this one just yet.
It's certainly interesting, and for those who maybe haven't heard of the changes yet, we'll go ahead and run through that roster. So the main two remaining players from ARP that we're looking at here are going to be Kimwax and Yawn, but we also have additions of Teabag, Shotzi, and Hacks as well. So kind of looking to actually be a fairly strong lineup. I am admittedly hoping that we're going to see a little bit more action out of Yawn. Seemed a little bit quiet in the past little bit of competition, and it's really a player that we expected to be very, very explosive this season. We looked at some of the seasons past, and it was up and up and up and up for him, and it just feels like we've hit maybe a little bit of a lull moment here. So I'm definitely hoping maybe with some roster changes that we see here, we can see a little bit more of that gameplay that we expect, because they've got some tough competition tonight. We've got a solid starting lineup coming through for the side of LG here, with the return of the young man himself, Vague, coming through.
Vague as well. I think one of the biggest things that we need to talk about is this LG roster is the normal five won't be playing. It's going to be Ban, Tectonic Watching, Vague, as you mentioned, and Envy not going to be in the starting roster. Marshy is going to be subbing in for the series and the action. We'll take a look at the standings before we jump into this first series, and I'll be excited to announce after this first series is done, whoever the winner is, we will have a candidate or representative, a player or a coach, somebody to represent that team, as we will be doing a post-game interview. Be looking forward to that. Obviously, we're always excited to get our hands on and talk to some of the talent that comes through it on a regular basis. Tribe Gaming gonna have the night off there as AOL set at the #1 seed for the time being. Luminosity not too far behind them with a 55-point respectively. Simplicity with a 3-way or 2-way tie there. They're both, Tribe and Simplicity won't be playing tonight, so they won't be moving forward or moving backwards, obviously. So Devious with 40, ARP Gaming with 20, as well as DICE. We're no longer in the competition, as well as Limited, but Six Kings also with 20. So that scorecard and that standings is kind of confusing.
Can be. I mean, overall, it has been an interesting, to say the least, season for Mobile Mayhem for both Europe and for North America. So I'm glad we're kind of finally getting through that. Obviously, with so many things so close in the standings, with the position that we're in, with days being limited, things could really get tossed up. You look at your top three. Okay, I mean, these are the three teams we expect, right? Tribe, Luminosity, Simplicity in that order, 60, 55, and 55. Your next couple teams, you've got Devious at 40. Then you've got ARP Dice, which is obviously no longer there, and 6 Kings on 20. So plenty of opportunity for things to get mixed up in that kind of tail end as well. I think our top 3 are pretty solidified. That's about as obvious as it can get. But I mean, anything could really happen here. I mean, ARP, this new lineup, maybe they come through and sweep up and take down Devious. 6 Kings, I think that's a team with a lot of potential. Maybe they really get their next couple weeks together. Maybe they are in a position where they can compete for a spot. So it's hard to say, but I'm excited to get in and witness it here today. This is, in my opinion, going to be a big test for ARP and a big point where even 5 points picked up could help them in the standings.
Well, we'll take a look at the best of 3 now as everything's about to get started up. New roster, who it is for ARP. Well, we're about to find out. You said it could get interesting. We'll see how it can on a hard point of takeoff, followed by a search or destroy on Express. And if they do manage to pick up those 5 points, yeah, I'm talking about ARP. I don't have a lot of hope for them, but I do see some talent in this lobby. I wanted to say roster, and I wanted to say lobby, and I almost said lobster. So the fact that I didn't, and then afterward, just kind of defeated the purpose. But if it does get to that game 3, we are going to be looking at a control on standoff. High expectations here for LG. They're playing with Marshy, not MB the Knight. Still need to be a high-tempo, fast-paced gameplay kind of team. They need to handle business. They don't need to have any kind of setbacks or mistakes. This just needs to be good, flawless gameplay. They've got playoffs here the next month. That's going to be huge. There's going to be a lot of pressure there. This should just be like another day at the park for them.
Certainly think, and it looks like our players are ready, and we're getting loaded on up into the game. It's hardpoint takeoff coming your guys' way, and it is LG going up against ARP. I almost said LG Gaming. I don't know why. That's almost what came out of my mouth, but that is indeed what almost came out of my mouth. It does look like we're going to get a little bit of that no ping, no mames action, though, and we're going to be back to the lobby. So I'm going to go ahead and quit out before
Good call.
Before I'm the last one.
Actually, before... Yeah. Oh, there we go. I had a little bit of my screen that was, like, not showing. All right, there we go. Whenever I had to download or re-download the emulator after trying to update it, and after I re-downloaded it, like, I can't resize it the way that I used to be able to resize it. I used to be able to do it, like, literally I could expand the screen, and it would cover up however much of the screen I needed it to. Now it's limited, so it's kind of an adjustment. I did have to, like, fiddle with it and resize it on, you know, the OBS, but nonetheless, that's me bantering about stuff that really does matter. What is about to matter is these two teams who are about to take off here, and game a hard one to take off. So I'm assuming LG had the issue because they bounced out of the lobby. It looks like they're the ones that are last already up too. So, oh, we're on the wrong side. That makes sense. Perfectly acceptable.
I was kind of curious. I looked up and I saw ARP was on the left, and I was like, that don't make sense. And I do think it was ARP that had backed out first. So, yeah. So either way, teams recognized that there was an issue, and we got everything switched up now. Looks like all of our players are ready, and now we should be able to get loaded on into the action for you. I think, you know, Verdict, I think, as you mentioned, this should be business as usual for LG. This is not a team that really has a whole lot of downs. This is a team that has been pretty consistent overall. So definitely got to give credit where credit is due. And here we are loaded in. And, well, I have some high hopes for ARP in this new lineup to look at least okay against LG today.
All right, let's see what they can do. Now it's P1 focus. We already know what's going on here. A lot of heavy contests, a lot of power positions being played early. Shotzzy for the yellow team. That is ARP. Their new representatives looking pretty solid. And it's all over the objective. It's going to be Band and Marshy. They're trying to get onto it and Fry as well. Hacks from the backside. Going to be able to shut down one. Tectonic. Ooh, too quick there on the gunny. And he's going to be able to take down two with it. Yanni going to be able to take down Washi in the midst of all that action. And Tech is still holding on for dear life here on the bottom side of Construction. Vague right here along with him. It does look like it's going to be a back and forth contest for the time being. And, well, LG, they're trying to clean up all the little scrappy kills they can. Nonetheless, it's Teabag who's going to be standing victorious. Last man alive.
All right, well, big opportunities here as Hack's going to be on the hill. Not able to pick up that kill, but Teabag obviously frying out, able to get a hunter killer on the board already and helping the team lock down some points here as well. Hack's looking for some more action, able to get kill number 2 before getting shut down, and actually a solid 28 points coming through on the board for the side of ARP. But we know that P1 is not super important when it comes to most of our hardpoint maps in our rotation. You're really going to be looking at your P3 and P4 are generally really solid here, but P2 can be all right as well. So gotta see what play LG is going to make to bring things back.
Oh, there it goes. There goes the 1-2 hit. It's Marshy. It's fake. They're going to clean off the hill. Jan's going to find 2 before he gets dropped, but he's also going to be comboed in 2, and that's going to be Vay. Sitting on some hill time as well as some actual kills to go along with it. So we'll see a contest come through from the opposite side as Kimwax is trying to bark up the tree. On the backside, you got one trying to wrap. And it is Shotzi who's going to be able to get the contest on the top side. He is going to have to play his life for a little bit. Marshy. Not Marshy, that's banned. Marshy does get taken down, though. Right now, we got a split affair here on the P2 side. The jump shots are tech, not good. Jan and Shotzi going to be able to combine for 3 in the feed, and LG going to be content with making the rotation over the Deuce. So Jan going to get chopped in half there on the rotation. Teabag already in proper position. Big gunny to win, and surely he does. So sitting in double digits, he's the big man in the lobby for the time being, but it is LG who are very perseverant on getting this rotation settled in stone.
All right, well, we've brought things back to almost tied, but a couple points in the lead for ARP. Hacks rotating in from behind, almost able to find that second kill, but not quite able to finish him off. But it looks like the team is here for it now with the Purifier popped. This could be a big control opportunity. That's going to be Tectonic getting fried, banned. Going to find one on Teabag before Jan's able to take him down. And we are playing pretty passive with the Purifier. Here's a little bit of a push, maybe a little too aggressive there, but is able to get number 3 onto Tech as well. And a big P3 hold so far for the side of ARP. And look at this, we've already got 3 rotated to new. This is absolutely huge as ARP maintain themselves a 30-point lead. Could be pushing above 40 if Jan's able to win this gunfight here, but he's going to get dropped. Now, big opportunity on this P4. Maybe not the best War Machine use there for Kimwax.
Probably not the best, probably not the worst. Gotta like the odds that you're sitting up pretty solidly, and your team's been winning frequent gunfights. You got Jan who's clicked. You've got Teabag, who is an absolute menace at the time being. This is something you just can't allow to happen. You can't allow this P4 time to roll into something that is much bigger. And so far, it's been pretty good for LG. They're trying to reel it back in. Washi, last player alive on the outside of the hill. He is going to be taken down. Teabag with a nasty 2-piece. Kimwax going to be able to insert himself in the equation. Here comes the crew. The boys in yellow, ARP, they're making it look doable. And LG, not necessarily their best gameplay, but it doesn't look like their worst as well. So we're going to get the benefit of the doubt of ARP having a little bit better of a first set of hills. Let's go ahead and jump in and see how those comps sound now, as things are getting into the thick of it. This is where teams are made or broken. Let's see how the comms are going for the boys over at ARP.
I have top B2.
We don't have blue control.
Top B2, Dad. Who the fuck do you think you are?
Top blue, top blue, top blue, top blue.
There's one more top blue. It's just tech. It's just tech top blue.
Okay, I want you top blue. I want you top blue.
I have top B2. Top B2, Dead.
Top blue, Dead. One more bottom. Rest
Dead. You're gonna kill me. Top B2, top B2. Fuck you, bitch. I'm here.
Top B2, wait. Top B2?
Heal that. I got that.
I apologize.
Get it down. One double. Bottom position now.
Nice shot. I'm picking it up. Yo, bottom
What is he? Hey,
Top B2.
Okay, I'm trolling. I apologize.
Nice.
Take it.
Yo,
You
we're
take
split.
it.
We're
You take
split.
it.
Yeah, let's keep taking it.
You want bottom red?
I spawned white.
Yo, they might. Yeah. They're good.
Top B2.
Top yellow.
Top it down.
I got my
Yo,
one.
Ticket.
I got one ticket. I got two. Oh, one doubles. One left side double.
Going new.
Play for new and old.
Top red. What, John?
Yo, Shotzi, you gotta push, Shotzi.
There's
Three going P1 right now.
Yeah, there's literally 3 P1.
Top red deck. Yo, there's one top red. Watch out.
That's to my left, you dickhead.
Oh my god!
What stadium?
I get on
Top window
I
dead.
get on him. I get on him so bad.
One to
They're gonna split spawn. They're gonna spawn secret, guys.
That's one TDs.
medical.
I got it. TDs.
Woo, the boys' comms is something fierce, man. Let me tell you, they are feisty. ain't won the game just yet. As a matter of fact, they lost the lead. They're going to have to regain it here on the P2 rotation. Day, I know you're a fan of the rivalries that brew, but that one, man, that sounded personal.
Listen, I could have sat there for the rest of this game. I was trying so hard not to laugh, man.
Right?
Oh, the savagery while the enemy team is making a comeback happen.
Yeah.
But you know, I don't think we've really given enough credit to some of the names in here, right? We were talking about how Yawn has had some pretty underwhelming performances. Homie's up on 25, a single kill behind Big. And you also can't deny just how strong Teabag has looked for this team so far, at least this game. I mean, I would say overall, for the season so far for them, he's been a very solid player, but he's also been one of those upcoming players for quite a while now. So want to make sure those guys get some credit here because, I mean, they are doing the Lord's work for the side of ARP right now, who once again have about a 40-point lead and are inching closer to possibly actually grasping away a hardpoint victory in LG. They gotta find a way to make something happen here. Now Tech sliding on in. Could be the start of a big situation here. 3 on the board for him, rocking the LK.
Yeah, look at those spawns. They get flipped on out. Shotzzy wastes a little bit of a sparrow in the midst of that action. Tectonic, the last hope alive. He's going to be content with ratting it up top. Maybe chucks that paper play a little too prematurely. His teammates there to get the kill and the trades on through. It is going to be a sea of blue coming through with the exception of Teabag. The break is going to stick for the time being, and just like that, ARP are making this look certainly doable. 30-point advantage rolling into it. 20 seconds left to go here. It does look like LG are going to continue to contest through this medical site, and it looks like it's a little bit of a breakdown. On the flip side of things, you got Shotzzy, who's just sitting right here, waiting for someone to cross on through the threshold to P4, and surely he's going to gun him down. Washi sent to deal the pressure, the pain to take him out. Big gunfight, does not anticipate where he's going to be, and Shotzzy putting him on skates. He's sitting on a nasty little 3-piece, and he's getting the connection on over. It's a 40-point advantage. LG not being able to get the scraps, not being able to get the initial opening here in P4, and we've probably got a meltdown right here. Oh,
man, this has been such an exciting matchup between these two teams, and you know, we were talking about it being business as usual for LG, and well, this is certainly not the usual. This is certainly not what we expected, and like I said, I actually liked this combination of rosters between the old DICE squad and ARP, and was expecting them to bring the fire here, but I'm gonna be honest, I didn't expect them to bring the fire like this. I mean, they are in a great position right now, inching closer and closer to being within a single good hardpoint hold away from victory, while their opponents do struggle to grasp the points to keep up. Big, however, coming through with a big 4-piece in the feed, and honestly, he's the one player on the side of LG that's kind of adding on and keeping this one close. I mean, you've got 3 players just about in the 30s for the side of ARP. You've got Yawn and Teabag. You've got Hax also sitting on 27 there. And we're not even at 2 yet for the side of LG. And Marshy certainly looking a little bit rusty right now as the sub for this team. Down on 18 kills. I mean, granted, Marshy hasn't always necessarily been one of the top frag players, and he is putting in some OBJ work at 78 seconds on the board so far, but definitely falling a little bit behind when it comes to the map control right now. And that's because of the slaying power that we're just flat out bringing to the table on the side of ARP right now.
yeah, they're young, boy, and they are hungry. Absolutely vicious. They're a pack of wild wolves. They've gotten a lead, and they're going to take it away and run away with it. Finally, a contest comes through and a shutdown there for the P1 site. This one's not going to get too much more out of hand. You can see a little bit of a contest coming through. 2 players from each onto the objective they go. Kimwax not able to persevere through his life. It is Jean, though, who's going to be able to get the last laugh as he rotates right on through. 2 seconds left before the rotation to P2. News looking pretty solid there for the boys over at LG. They've got the spawns that are preferred. Can they keep them? For the time being, it looks like it's going to be no. And look at this split. This could be the beginning of the end. 37 seconds is all that's needed. Opening initial hardpoint time gathered, and LG are scrambling. They've got to pull out the operators. Washi going to burn the pier, or the Sparrow, not going to find very much out of it. A little bit of collateral damage. They're going to be able to shut it down. Hax, on the flip side of things, he's got a super soaker, and he could burn the dreams of LG getting the break alive, and he is. Nobody from LG can break. Teabag going to put the bow in the ribbon. There it is. This one's done. stick a fork in him. LG are done. 10 seconds needed. Paul's out. Gunny's out. Nobody from LG able to get the break. It's over. 2 seconds. One. Predator coming through as well. Not even needed. 250 to 173. I can't believe what we just witnessed. It is ARP taking the bag over LG. Your stage 4 qualifying playoff team in a very dominant fashion, Dave.
I mean, listen, ARP, I expected big things here. You know, you heard me right at the beginning of this match where I expect them to come through and really show us what they got. I was not expecting a win out of ARP. I will be flat out honest. I was thinking, you know, maybe they put up 180 points on the board. No, LG was the one struggling to get 180 on the board. 250 coming through for the side of ARP. Teabag was absolutely frying. 47 kills on the board for him, 41 for Hax, 39 for Yawn. You're telling me between Yawn, Hax, and Teabag, you have 127 kills on the board?
Yeah.
Then you add another 56 out of Kimwax and Shotzi. That's pretty huge. So, I mean, goodness, you can't. I don't even think you can add three. You can just barely add three players of LG together to get to 100.
Yeah, I don't want to be that guy. I don't want to be, you know, negative Nancy over here. This is a great, like, put together team here for ARP. They fry. They're young. They're devastated. They are playing like they got nothing to lose, and it panned out. But if you look on your left-hand side of the screen, when's the last time you seen a Washi go 28-42 or Ban go 27-42? Hell, a Marshy going 21-35. I know you mentioned them being support. Him being a support player. He hasn't played in this starting roster for a while. That doesn't mean he ain't been playing the game. He's certainly been playing. I don't know. Was it the gunnies that were just too hot to handle that ARP brought to the table? Is that the reason why this one fell? Is this the reason for the collapse here? I mean, hell, Kimwax went 31-28.
You know, it is really hard to say. I mean, again, it was largely ARP just dominated in the kills department, which allowed them to maintain the map control throughout a majority of the game. And if you look back at that VOD, you will absolutely be able to see where and when they were able to capitalize. We had plenty of balcony control out of the side of ARP at pretty much all stages of the game, which gave them control over a vast majority of the middle of the map, because it was just a constant battle of LG might find a kill, but they were immediately getting refragged right back out. The rotations were early and the defenses were clean for the side of ARP, and they were able to just dominate on that front. Now, as we get ready to go into the search and destroy, this is where LG really have to turn things around and get something on the board here to try to get us to control. And I think that is going to be a difficult feat to have. I mean, we do have some pretty good sniper talent here on the side of ARP. Granted, we also have some for the side of LG, so this is going to be a fun little bit of a measure. Obviously, you've got not only Washi, but also Tectonic, who can bring the snipes to the table. You look over at the opposition, obviously we've got Yawn here, but I think at pretty much every point, we've also seen every single one of these players be a sniper with Teabag, Hax, Kimwax, and even Shotzi we've seen snipe in the past. So there's a lot of potential here, a lot of measuring up, and a lot on the line as well, because LG, we were, you know, again, comfortable with them being in the top three. I even said, you know, I don't see our top three being any different. This is about what we expect. Right now, it's looking like top three is going to lose to number 5.
Well. If you would have said,
we'll see.
You know what? After the season we've had in both EU and in North America so far, like, I think anything is possible. I don't think anything is set in stone anymore. And it clearly, we'll take a look at a breakdown. That is the same map that Tribe just absolutely pub stomped LG on in stage 4 in open qualifying. And obviously, LG won that series. They kept them to what, 30 points? Maybe takeoff just ain't the map for LG. And maybe if you're doing a little bit of VOD here and you're trying to get a little intel, maybe you get a little takeoff action in the mix. If they don't ban it, that needs to be like primary where you need to work on in order to get better and be able to beat a team like them. If you're nickeling, diming LG going into the playoffs, that may be a map that you pick and you kind of look at and expand. And like, hey, maybe we're not the best at it, but we certainly got to look better than what we just saw there and what we just saw against Tribe in Stage 4. Obviously, things happen, things change, and maybe we see a different preview move forward. Right now, we're going to go ahead and hop into the Express. It does look like things are ready to go. We are good to go. This could be our last game of this series. Question mark, asterisk, well, what the hell's going on?
Certainly guess we'll see as we get things ready to go here. We've got Express. We waited so long for this one to be in COD Mobile, and I'm so glad to see it finally coming to a competitive scene as well. I mean, granted, this isn't the first time, you know, it's nothing new. It's just, we actually don't see it a lot. So I'm glad that it's actually coming through here, and these teams are getting that practice. We're getting that viewing experience as well. But it's going to be a 2-for-1 trade. Make it a 3-for-1 early for the side of LG, as Vague is able to take down 2, and Marshy will be making up a little bit for the hard point there as well. Washi able to shut down Kimwax, and that's going to leave just Hacks with a Fennec in hand.
Not the ideal gun to use in a 1v4 scenario, but we'll see if he can pick something up on the way on in. Bomb's going to get planted. Over to this B site, and a 1v4 about to ensue. Hacks looking for his first victim. He's going to walk the corner. Good God, there's 2 players from LG just waiting for him to make one wrong move, and certainly it's Washi who gets the credit for the kill. So, 1 round in, certainly a much better approach than we've seen this LG roster on this map in particular in the past.
Destroy the objective.
And certainly a great way of opening up. Even without that first opening blood, they were able to recap. Right now, they're kind of just moving without a purpose. Just TDM. That's basically where we're at right now. Bomb never collected at the spawn.
We've definitely talked about that quite a bit before, Verdict, with the miscommunication of Bomb getting left at the spawn, and how detrimental that can be if someone has to double back, and then the team's essentially, I mean, you're almost down a player at that point, right? I mean, that's always something you got to factor in. Marshy going to come through with a big kill on Shotzzy there, and you can
didn't see that, did you?
I did not. I
got it from Shotzi's in, and Marshy's a damn freak, bro. Like, Shotzi's got a doof. He's sitting in a corner, and Marshy just breaks his camera and sends him into the next round. I mean, how do you lose that with a doof in a corner? He literally breaks your plane. You don't even have to ADS, bro. That was... I'm gonna have to go back and rewatch that one, because I don't know how Marshy stayed alive and got the kill at the same time.
All right, well, Washi looked like he was trying to get a shot there. Can't quite find the connect, but is going to get the bomb plant. But you have to worry. Here comes Teabag from behind. Teabag on top of the train. Might be looking for a free kill here. Sure enough, there it is. And now Marshy last alive with the doof, though. Going to take down Teabag. Let me tell you, with the performance that Teabag had last game, that's one that you definitely got to be happy to get down. Now Marshy climbing on up top, doof in hand. That's a free one. Yeah. That was, I mean, that was honestly just perfectly executed by Marshy. And we tried to get a little bit of the pros don't fake action there, but
you should have
a
stuck
little
that a little
bit too late.
A little sooner. Like, as soon as that first doof hits, and you know he's not going to reach out. But hey, you know, right now, there's nothing that we're going to give away here from LG. Oh, Marshy, yes, that's right, buddy. Show off them gloves. Go ahead and pick up that bomb. Someone's got to be in charge of it. Kimback's going to be able to open up with the first blood, and Tech just not having the game that he anticipated. Teabag going to be able to find another, and that's 3 down for the boys in yellow. Marshy now going to be forced to do Marshy things as he's just now getting out of spawn. Hacks is right here. The slide peek, too much to handle. Not putting anybody on skates there. And a flawless round in return there for the defense. Finally, a little bit of stability for them. LG, I mean, they haven't looked like a collective unit tonight. Obviously, this is not their starting 5 per se, but they just don't look like they're meshing very well tonight, even with a 2-1 lead.
Well, I definitely gotta agree with you there that they don't look like them normal selves, and you know, part of that sure could be that we've got Marshy in the mix. But I also would be absolutely willing to think that LG probably don't want to necessarily show their hand, especially on a map that there's not really any footage of them being on, right? So that could be a strategy play for them as well. You know, maybe they're intentionally not playing as a collective, right? They're just trying to, you know, maybe work on their own rotations, try some stuff out, kind of get a feeling for what other players are doing, what works, what doesn't. You know, they're in a position where those finer details actually start to matter. So, all kind of things you have to consider. Now, that is absolutely not to take away with how well ARP have been playing, because they have actually been playing very, very well. Again, you go back and you look at that hard point, their rotations were absolutely crispy all the way through. But, you know, it's just there are things at this time of year in this kind of circumstance that we have to think about. So, bomb plant coming through.
Complete the mission.
Yep. Right before it did happen, T-Bag did find that kill on Marshy. It's going to make it a little bit more doable. 2v1 scenario, 35 seconds. All you got to do is take down Vague, right? Nade's going to be chucked out. Vague's getting a deep wrap. Shotzi and T-Bag, they are all over this bomb. Hey, you go ahead and hop it. I'll protect, homie. Do whatever you got to do. Vague, nowhere in sight. Can't get the wrap to land in time. As you can see, he was in the vicinity, but could not protect the asset, and that is going to be it. Around Butcher there. The 2v2 clutch coming through in the clutch there for the boys over at ARP. So we're tied back up. Only 2 more rounds on the attack here. Bomb still not collected there from the boys over at LG. Marsh are going to be doubling back to grab that as they make the push through the train site. One player again over for the side of ARP over on that B or A bomb site. And really no ambition to push through the middle of the map. Shots, or not shots, but Washi just absolutely dinging them there. Open up with the first blood. Jan's going to get shut down. Which player are going to make bans? I mean, look at this. He's already inside the backside of the spawn. He's going to go ahead and smoke it out too. Kim Mike's going to be able to find one on Vague. 1:20 left. I mean, really make any play they want at this moment.
All right, well, big round, last round for the side of ARP, but they're now sitting down a little bit behind this time around with the 3-2 advantage being in favor of LG. But T-Bag, I mean, what a play coming through there. And now with the 2-for-1 push, that's going to be Shotzi coming through, finishing off Band that T-Bag had wounded. Now Marshy, last alive, he is going to get the bomb plant. Obviously, his teammates able to call out that both remaining players were on the opposite side of the map. But this is going to be a difficult defense in a 1v2. Obviously, the close range here, anything can happen. The defuse is coming, and, well, that doesn't matter. The doof, close range, that's going to be Shotzi taking down Marshy. And once again, this is going to be a lead taken by the side of ARP as we get ready for our last round of the LG offense.
Okay, LG.
Enemy has dropped the bomb.
1 round to tie us up. 1 round to put us back in a position to where you can start from scratch, or just hear me out. ARP taking 2 before we rotate into that flip. We'll see what happens. A little bit of a rush plant towards the B site. Washi trying to find any heads. Can't connect there on Kim Wax, who was going to be able to find that opener, and Vague going to get dropped. 4v5 nonetheless. Bomb is going to get planted. Band going to be able to get the trade finally come through on Hacks. And Kim Wax finally going to be dealt with as well, as Tech finds his second kill of the game. 30 seconds left to go on the map. It is going, or 30 seconds left to go on the round. T-Bag going to be just barely escaping with his life, and Jan holding the fort down on the departures. He will be departing and stuff for this round, and it's all on Shotzi. Shotgun in hand, 1v3 style. Ain't gonna happen. 1v4, actually. Good God. That one just escalated quickly there as that bomb gets insta-planted. Not a casualty after Vague. So, we're tied up all even as we flip sides. Let's see what ARP can do on the attacking front.
All right, well, we have a tie game as we finally switch sides here, and, well, tie might be hard to say with 2 big kills opening up for the side of LG, making it a 3-for-1 trade overall as Vague is able to get the refrag onto Hacks. And I gotta say, the big player we gotta shut down here, no surprise for the ARP lineup, is gonna be Teabag. Not only did he come through 47 deep in the hard point, he's also got 9 kills on the board here for the search and destroy, leading the lobby once again. Bomb, however, in the hands of Kimwax, and it is pushed deep into spawn, and that is rather unfortunate for the side of ARP, as I do believe Vague narrowly missed seeing Teabag there, but Washi's going to find Kimwax, and Tech, well, he gets a sight on Teabag, and he does not let him go, as LG take the lead for themselves once again.
There we go. Well, stout defense for them. Opening round looked pretty solid. ARP, back to the drawing board. Let's see what they can do. Momentum starting to shift. You start to see a little bit more progression here for LG. It's starting to feel a little bit more comfortable. And now it's ARP who are actually leaving the bomb in spawn. So, back and forth we've gone. Lead transfer back over to the hands of the LG boys. We got a quick rush over towards the A site. Ban's the only one in the proper vicinity. He's going to get a little nade shot there onto the A site. Not going to find any joys with it. Nonetheless, this bomb should go down along with it. And you can see the front there for the side of LG. They've got the backside from their spawn connected. The smoke's going to go through. Kimwax going to go ahead and hop it. Jan trying to put some shots in onto the terminal as well, but Vague going to be able to get that bomb carrying Kimwax, and here comes the cavalry. LG looking to shut it down. Tech on the front. Ban, he's already hopped it. Nobody's there. The smoke going to be covering him, and it's a defuse and a little bit of a catastrophe there for ARP. They did the right thing by getting that bomb down, but those smokes never dissipated. They were there constantly. What was that?
Defend the objectives. They have the bomb.
I mean, that was LG coming together, making a swift play happen, and honestly, a little bit of lackluster performance out of the side of ARP there. So LG kind of able to sneak things through there, extend their lead a little bit now, 5-3 advantage. I'll tell you what, we definitely got to find some more kills here on the side of ARP, because it is essentially Teabag versus the world right now as far as performance goes. Band rotating through. Dead Silence going to keep him revealed, but he does have to be very cautious here. Obviously, we can see what the players can't. Teabag and Band are right on the other side of the wall from each other, and Band going to be giving away his position right now with that grenade throw. This is probably going to be a free kill for Teabag.
Oh!
Oh,
You'd think it would be, but you got to earn your keep around here. Teabag's going to be clustered. All 3 of them. They lined him up. They knocked him down. And surely they knew exactly what was going on. Go ahead and get the demon out of the lobby. Man going to get shut down, though, in return. Kimwax going to get traded out. Tech getting in. Hacks also getting outs as well. Shotzzy the last hope here onto the side effectively. Scratch that. Jan's here for the cavalry as well. Tech, though, he's beaming. He's got 1 down, 1 more to go. Jan. Will he test it? Here comes the push. Jan's going to be a little anticipated for the shot, but he's not going to be ready for the gunny. Tech's going to clutch it. That's going to be plenty of time. He's got it. There ain't no ifs, ands, buts about it. Just a precision. I mean, look, he called his bluff. Jan had an opportunity to make a play. All he really needed to do was not take the gunny. He shot his shot and he missed. Tech, just a better player in that instance.
well, I mean, I don't want to make it sound like that's obvious or anything, but I mean, this is Tectonic we're talking about, right? One of the more consistent players that COD Mobile worldwide has ever seen, right? So definitely got to expect greatness there. This should be a big kill for Hacks, but absolutely should have had that one on Tech, but isn't going to get it. I don't think it's going to really make much of a difference here, though. You've got Hacks remaining, and he's got 4 angry members of LG here, and that's going to be round 7 to search and destroy. About as convincing as the hardpoint was, if not maybe even a little bit more, and that is going to get us a game 3 on the board here, Verdict. That
is very well played, very well executed. Boys over at LG, are they a search and destroy team now? Can they just not play hardpoints at all? Is that what's happening now? Is this the transitioning? Is this what the best of the best in NA have resorted to? I don't know. I'm here for it. The action definitely keeps us on the edge of our seats. And surely it keeps us coming back for more. Tech going to be your MVP there with 8 kills, but it will be Marshy, who did bottom frag in the hardpoint, getting a little redemption out of this one. He, I mean, literally just gets outbeat by Tech by 1 point in the scoreline. 10 kills, 1 defuse. Tech had 8 kills, 1 plant, 1 defuse. GG's, well played. Washi there with some quick shots as well with 8 kills. A lot of plants happening even though they dropped the bomb, or didn't pick up the bomb rather. Well executed or well orchestrated defense for them as we did get that side flip. It was pretty much lights out.
All right, well, LG certainly looked a lot better when it came to that matchup. And, Marshy, despite having such a lackluster performance in the hardpoint, comes through and is able to match Teabag in the 10 kill department. The only 2 players to make it into double digits. But you look across the board, and you've constantly got players on the side of LG with double the numbers of players on ARP, and that sometimes just does come down to your raw gun skill. And, well, LG proved that they've got plenty of that in this matchup. So we'll be getting ready to head on into control. A little bit of blend of the 2 styles, right? You got the respawn aspect while also having a limited life aspect, and then you have 2 capture zones that are static, similar to the bombs in Search and Destroy. They're going to be in the same place every single round. It's not going to rotate across the map. So kind of the perfect blend of the 2 to see who the top dog is as we get into our game 3 here. And keep in mind, guys, no matter who wins or loses here, everybody is going to get some points on the board. And right now, they are more important for ARP because LG really in a prime position where they've basically got a playoff spot locked, right? I mean, shy of them just absolutely throwing for the next couple weeks, right? So
no, you're absolutely right. I think I'm gonna be honest with you, with the way that everything is going right now, Dice and Limited are out, top 6 move on to the playoffs. I think everybody's pretty much locked in for playoffs. Is that not like a fair assumption? That's not how we typically do stuff here at Mobile Mayhem, but let's be real. It's been a pretty much I mean, we've been hanging on by a thread.
Complicated. It's been complicated.
It's been complicated, but it's been for a reason. Obviously, after a big event like Stage 4, a lot of things are bound to happen, and I'm just glad we're able to keep the dream alive and keep everything going. We know it's not been the season that everybody's wanted, but it is a season that we're able to deliver. The teams that do participate, we do appreciate, and we do want to make sure that we, let them get that work in. So we're going to get geared up for the control. Certainly could use all the work in the world for both of these teams. Let's see who's going to be the better of it. It is LG going to be on the defending side for the first round. We'll see if they can capitalize on that. Wait, that's not the control map I wanted. There, that's the one that we needed. Bam. It's standoff, chat. It's a classic. It's a banger.
All right, well, definitely a great map to round things off here. And LG, they are going to be on the defense. However, this map is not necessarily one that has a safety net of being on the defense in a 5th round situation, right? We talk about how powerful this head glitch can be on the B point if the offense is able to get in there. Because if you look, it's either open road, which is obviously going to be a area where there's going to be a ton of crossfire, a ton of opportunity for the offense to pick you off, trying to make that backside flank as the defense. The only other way in is this narrow doorway that Tectonic was just at, and that can be an absolute difficult position to be in with things like the Purifier, the Gravity Vortex, the War Machine can all really put a stopper there on the defense getting into a favorable position. So we'll see as things continue to roll, but right now, 4-life advantage favor ARP.
ARP, they've got 2 takes, making 3 coming through. Vay going to be able to send his last life over there. Nope, not going to be able to fit it. 2 minutes and 14 seconds on the clock. Teabag taking a few shots from behind. Oh my! ARP are here to conquer. They're going to get almost a full wipe now. They're trying to reap the benefits of the spawn trap tech. Not going to be able to make the cut. Is going to get traded out, though, as Vay is going to be able to get his redemption tax. Oh my god! Gets absolutely railed and turned on. Kimwax finally going to be able to end the pain and suffering there of his teammates. Just like that, we got LG right back onto the objective as well, too. So back and forth we've gone. 7 life in lead, now starting to dwindle. LG starting to reel things back in. They got to get a little bit more map control, if you ask me, right now. Kind of letting the floodgates open over towards this B site. So far, they're doing decent, keeping it held to a minimum. About 1 minute 30 left to go. You got only 9 lives versus 16. You play for trades. ARP are sitting pretty solid.
All right, well, ARP definitely are looking solid, but they do have a difficult position here, but there's plenty of time for them to capitalize on it, right? There's only 5 lives left, and you can see it right now. They're looking to push on up into that position. You've got Shotzi here trying to play this head glitch. That's going to be big. 2, 3, 4, and now Tech going to be the last alive. 1v13. It ain't happening. ARP, they win round 1.
Yep, that's it. That's all she wrote. It ain't over till it's over, Hex. Gonna be able to get the last kill in. It's over. Wow! I've got to say, Washi had no business losing the gunfight to Hex mid-map. I mean, you're getting him down to 1 shot, and Hex just absolutely obliterates you and drops 6. Yondo, he's going to be the story of the town. He's got 10 on board. He's got working on a Predator. Does have a Hunter Killer. Let's see if he can get some shots in on Band. Going to be able to cross the map there as Hex. Going to be able to clean off P, or not P1, but yeah, P1, but also A. And nonetheless, first sight over towards the objective. They're going to be back in their spawn. LG not really having much success outside of this big blue building. Band is going to be able to try and get some objective time, but vague. Let's see how much time they can lock in together. There goes the push. Hack's going to be able to shut it down, as well as Jan. And just like that, back to the spawn they go. The reverse there onto the objective as well. No takes of progress anywhere. And a life deficit. This is not a good opening here for LG.
Yeah, I mean, you're definitely right. Not a great position to be in whatsoever, especially being down around on your first round defense. So we'll have to see if they're able to capitalize here. Right now, they're down 2 lives once again. This is going to be on the offense this time around. Teabag and Shotzi come through with some big kills. Tech going to get kill number 10 on the board there. Immediately as he hops up, Yawn is here. And I got to say, Yawn coming through, frying for this team right now. One of those players that was really putting in a lot of work in that hard point earlier as well. He's got 15 on board verdict. And, you know, we talk about that magic number for your average weight in control being 6, right? Well, he's 15 deep, and we're not even done with round 2 yet.
Yeah, he's making it look easy. Down to 5 now in blue. Oh my god, are we going to watch an upset? Is this going to be a sweep of the control? What's happening here? Is this opposite day? This ARP team came out swinging, and let me tell you, they ain't slowed down. They ain't slowing down here either, chat. Let's see if we can go ahead and dive on in. They can close it out here on the next attacking ground. They look flawless on both fronts. Let's go ahead and tune in for our first listening of the control.
I have just smoke off mid again. Smoke off mid.
I have any.
Yeah. Go ahead. Marshy last link is.
Nothing ready. Red car, mid. We got mid box.
Mid box.
Middle.
I want you to.
One broken. He's by pushing.
One machine ready.
One more mid.
Mid dead.
Nice, good shit.
One back alley.
I'm looking mid right now.
Big his ass. One machine back alley. Pop up back alley.
Yeah, I want you.
He's going back. Where's Marshy?
Wash
Is he stat? Oh, top market.
Top market dead.
No, he's top blue.
Top
Broken dead.
Top blue. Watch out, top blue.
I don't see him top blue.
Was it Washi?
Top blue dead.
Nice,
That's him. That was him.
Get in there.
I have Sophie on it. I'm picking up back alley.
Start double capping.
I'm coming.
Yeah, watch my mid. Just watch my mid.
Watch my top Rennie. Just watch my top Rennie.
I want you
Back
mid.
alley.
Still on mid.
Broken dead.
Oh no, there's 2 on B.
I got one more. Only one on boxes.
Cap. He statue.
Okay.
Go tractor.
Go to Granny.
Alright, a little bit more of a fight back out of the LG boys, but result not looking like it's going to be any different. 15-17, make it 14-16, as operators are getting popped left and right. This is the last stand. Tech going to be able to find one. Shotzi's already up the top. And oh my god, 9-15, the life count remains. ARP knocking on a sweep here in the control. It ain't looking good for LG.
Not looking good for LG whatsoever, but definitely looking solid for this new ARP lineup. Again, I certainly don't think LG are showing their full hand right now, but you can't argue with the coordination that this ARP team seems to have. And it makes me more and more excited to see them for our weeks to come, right? So 2 lives to go. make it just one. Washi last alive and only has like 1 health. Yep, there's Teabag gonna close it out. And the 3-0 control sweep gonna come through for the side of ARP. Definitely not the outcome I would have expected here tonight.
Yowzers. Upset season. In full effect, the 3-0 sweep, the control, butchered. And ARP, on the backs of a few roster changes and some young bucks coming through, switching things up. This is the team that could have been, and right now it's the team that we got. This ARP roster looking pretty solid. The gunny is absolutely hot, and that control wasn't even close. We'll take a look at the post-action report. 18-15 there for Hacks as the MVPs. Yawn. I mean, there ain't no doubt in my mind. My guy was cooking. 24-10. And 8 assists to go along with it. That is the type of gameplay we needed to see out of him. It's been far too long. And my goodness, LG dropping the bag to a team that literally just started playing together this week. Literally this week. In shambles.
Yep. I guess it just is what it is, huh?
I mean, that's what it looks like, bro.
That's what it feels like. We're gonna be honest here.
Yikes.
That is exactly what it feels like, man. And you know what? Good for ARP. Good for ARP. This is a team that has regularly struggled, and I'm definitely glad to see them get their things together and maybe find the combination that is going to work for them, even if it's a little bit late for the kind of main line competition. So big shout out to everybody here on ARP. Great performance here tonight up against one of the strongest teams that North America has to offer. And I gotta say, what more could you have asked for a game one here on our Friday night?
Man, I tell you what, that's not the same kind of, like, I did not anticipate that would even go to a game 3. Obviously, we gotta apologize, ARP. We weren't familiar with your game. Tippable, very tippable. Caps off to you. Absolutely well played. GG's and all that. Everything. A 2-1 victory against all that right there. I don't even know what to say, man. I'm just absolutely speechless. And LG are, I mean, they've got to be rattled a little bit. I mean, even if it was a fluke or even if there was, you know, any kind of like, hey, you know, we had a little issue here or there. At the end of the day, like a matchup like that, where you kind of get manhandled in the hardpoint as well as just absolutely owned in the control, there's got to be a little bit of a shakeup. There's got to be a little something in the mental. I know you said something about holding back, but I mean, let me tell you, those gunnies look ugly, Dave. They look ugly.
I guess it just is what it is, and that's going to be ARP coming through with the victory in something that I don't think anybody would have expected in chat. If you guys had ARP winning in the control, you know, before it happened, you're a liar. That's the reality. So that definitely got me pumped, though. That definitely got me pumped. We've only got one more match tonight that I would have put in a similar standing, right? You know, I would think that the difference that we expect between LG and ARP is the same level of difference we would expect between Devious and Six Kings. And, well, we just saw the upset right there. So maybe Six Kings bring the heat.
Well, we'll have to tune in and find out now. We're going to get geared up for our second series of the night. But before we do, we are going to take a moment to recharge and hear a word from Call of Duty Mobile. Don't go anywhere. Our second and last series of the night, as you mentioned it, Six Kings and Devious about to take off. We'll be right back. right, wrapping up that first series. We're heading into our second series of the night, chat, and I gotta say, we already had one upset already come through. Will we see another? It's Devious. It's 6 Kings. They're about to square off at a best of 3. And Devious roster looks pretty solid. A little shaky at times. I can certainly see this one going either way as well.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely could. I would say Devious have got to be my favorites to win this one. This team has looked incredibly solid. But, I mean, looking at the talent that SK does have on the table, Legacy, Lethal, Cryzo, Mago, Pengi. I mean, these are all players that have seen their own level of success very similar to what Devious have seen in the past as well. So I absolutely do not want to count out 6 Kings, but I gotta say, this Devious lineup has been on the uppity up, right? I mean, this is a team that has really, I think, surpassed what a lot of people had, expected out of them. So definitely would lean on the side of Devious to be able to pull things off here. I do believe we have listening possibilities with both of these teams as well, so maybe that'll be a little bit exciting that we get the back and forth bounce out of these two teams as opposed to only getting to listen to one, you know?
Yeah, I remember there used to be a time where, you know, even just thinking that we'd do listings and it would be Devious in the comms, I would just be like, why the hell are you doing this? Why are we doing that? No.
Listen, every single day I think you're brave for doing that.
Yeah. God, I still second guess myself, but you already know what I do, chat. Stay Devious. They remain Devious. They've gotten better, got a little more quote-unquote professional. I would say they just got tolerable. Let's see if they can tolerate this best 3. 6 Kings about to run 10 times their fastest. Let's see if they can get a job done here in the Hardpoint Summit. Slums for the Search or Destroy, and if we do see a Game 3, which might be on the horizon yet again, it's going to be Control Standoff. The first time around was not a pretty one. We begged for a Game 3 one of these series. We got it. Wow. We're still in shock. We'll see if we can lock it in here for the second series of the night. Let everybody come through and chat, make sure we're getting some pro player recognition. Kings, Jesus, Legacy, Forsaken, I see you all out there. Rebolo, Rebolu. How's everybody doing out there? Yeah, Rebolo. You coming to get some. Oh wait, Scott's got to download required maps. Come on, bro. You don't have Summit?
Scott's been on the esports client, dog.
Oh, that's right, dog.
Yeah, or he's got the bug. You know, that is always a possibility too.
Oh, it could be a
I'm actually
too.
more willing to bet it's the bug.
Nope.
It's not!
It's not.
Get out of here, Scott, you scrub!
Get out of here, you scrubby, scrub.
Oh, man. Goodness.
All right.
No chill.
No,
no chill.
Absolutely. Hey, when your slogan is literally "Stay Devious," I mean, come on, how chill could you be? All right.
It's absolutely wild to me that that's still a thing, right?
God, it is, man. What is this,
I thought a
this
season
is year 3
or two,
and they finally made it.
I thought a season or 2, and it was a season or 2, and then there was nothing, and then there was Devious again for a season or 2, and yeah, you're right. Here we are, a couple of years down the road, and
yikes!
They you know what? They stuck around. They put the effort in, and they're in a competition for a lot of freaking money right now. So, you know, I ain't gonna knock it for it.
Whoa! You said a lot of money. Do you know how much that money is? Because I don't know what stage 4. I'll go ahead and tell you, like stage 4 prize pool this year compared to what it was last year, $50,000 less, significantly less.
Yeah. Listen, I don't disagree, but at the same time, the end game stage 5 prize pool that they're competing for
not as much as last year's.
Is going to be more than what most Americans make in a year. So, can you really argue with that?
No, can't. Let's go ahead and get our chill on. We're gonna head over to Summit. Game number 1. Hope you brought your gunnies. They're about to be running rampant here. Who's going to hit that 7-figure income for that prize pool for the stage 5 winnings? Obviously, you got to split it up some kind of way. We'll see them split it up here in this hardpoint now. So we're going to go ahead and get prepared for it. Jumping into it. First hardpoint of this one, last of the night. We'll see what comes out on top. Is it going to be Devious, our stage 4 playoff team, or is it going to be Six Kings, a team that couldn't qualify, but still stuck around and looked pretty solid to start this hardpoint off with.
All right, well, looking like we are on the way through, and P1 on Summit, not usually going to be one that you can get a whole lot of action out of, but if you're able to get control of that high ground, you can be in a really good spot. But right now, Devious just making things work. You've got Zulf on 3, you've got Code on 3, S-Thug on 3 as well, and finally, that's going to be Code taken down. As we do finally get SK getting some time on the hill. Might be enough to tie things up, but you know how Summit goes. We're really looking for those P3 and P4 rotations for one team to take things off. Even our P2 is pretty difficult to control, so we'll see as we keep rolling, but P1 are going to come to an end with a slight lead in favor of SK.
Slight lead indeed, 24-17. Roll it over to the P2. This catwalk is going to be a tightrope. Rehan up top is going to be able to contest one. Peggy going to be able to get there for the trade. The top control is going to remain in favor of Six Kings. They're also going to have to hill control the low along with it. Pingy does pop the Freddy, doesn't get anything out of it other than information. Legacy on the prowl as well as getting some hill time. S-Thug going to be able to shut all three of them down, and that is going to be the flip to go along with it. What could potentially be big gunfight there for Zulf. Not going to be able to win it. And the team in blue is Six Kings. Might have won the rotation a little early on. They still got a lot to deal with here on the point, as well as these backside rotations from red.
Yeah, Mago going to come through with a big kill there as SK continue to lead by just a couple points, but with under 20 seconds to go on this P2, I really want to see someone playing that deep anchor for one of these teams, and right now, spawns are in favor of SK, but we know how quickly that can change on a map like Summit, but they're going to double up, head back on through, and you can see that's going to be Kryzo playing back on that anchor, and well, he's certainly got a smart weapon choice to be doing so. Pengy, though, comes through for 3 with the Purifier. Kryzo gonna get kill number 4 and number 5 in the feed, and there's a whole squad wipe in favor of SK.
Oh, that is exactly what they needed. Pengy goes big. Paid dividends there with that Super Soaker. A lot of operators being burned yet again. Lexi gonna be able to pop a few there. S-Dog, though, from the distance. Good God. Great usage out of the Sparrow. Nonetheless, it is going to be the feed blue that continues to thrive here as this break not looking like it's going to come through in the lead. 30 seconds left to go. Still going to be very, very much so in control of SK. S-Dog and team. Last hit there, last attempt. Try and get this break here. The P2 red. Oh! Wind's too big, but it's Kryzo, your anchor man. He's on the point as well. He ain't Ron Burgundy, but he is massacring and putting Burgundy all over the ground. That's bloodshed. Rehan, last player there. He's going to be able to get a little bit of triple time, but it is going to be P4 bound. We get 40-second advantage roll. It's still in favor of SK.
Right, well, not a whole lot you can argue about that one there. SK continue to roll on through, and like we said, Verdict, despite Devious maybe having what we would consider to be the advantage or consider to have a little bit more potential, does not necessarily mean that's the way it's going to happen. And right now, a 30-point lead for the side of SK, and they could be looking to make it more if they're able to make a break here. I'm not really sure why Kryzo is just flat out using the L-car right now, but more power to him, I guess.
I guess. LK's out though, and this is abundant. Ooh, finds one, but Scott. He's him, a fine mustache and a shot to go along with it that looks just as hot. 15 seconds left to go here in P4. It is going to be Devious racking up the time. They need all of it. They're going to be still at a deficit. We're going to go ahead and cue in for our first listen and see how they take this second set of hills. Down, but certainly not out. Jump in and stay Devious.
He did that. One more P1, one more P1.
Yeah. If y'all can get top, I'm up bottom.
Bottom dead.
I'm gonna pop Annie when I get top, because he niggas got it.
Oh, he's got coming cage.
Fuck, yeah, he got me DM on beat
One mid on hill.
Beat him.
Point.
One tap it over, bros. One tap. Cat dead. One more sit down.
Dead. One's top.
I spawn top still.
Can everyone tell what they're gonna watch?
Go ahead.
I'll watch bottom.
Go ahead, one shot.
Got it, dead, go call.
Legacy is top.
Snow, guys.
Legacy hill.
Got Harry, got
Guys,
Harry.
come on, got it.
Got him.
Yeah, bottom, hell.
Got Eddie.
Top.
Got
Nice one green.
Yeah, he beat him. Not like really.
One missed out, bros. One missed out.
This
One new
spawn.
dead. I got him.
What's spawn?
Hold
I
please.
become that.
This one beat on.
Much
Okay,
better.
hill.
All right, P1 done and dusted. Doesn't look like it's getting any better. As a matter of fact, it might have got worse. A lot of comms repetitive. A lot of, back and forth, but not a lot of, like, nonchalant, hey, this is what we need to do kind of scenario. They were clean, but, I'd like to hear a little bit more out of a team that's going to be playing in a, LAN event coming up in the next month. Oh, Day hasn't came back just yet. Okay, that's quite all right. We're getting geared up for it. 141 to 110. Operators out here for Rehan. As S-Dog pops his, the Sparrow as well. And it is going to go for granted. Pangy going to get dropped there as Rehan's going to be able to find the fourth in the feed. Make it 5. Legacy going to be able to put in some back shots and shut him down before he eventually eats a nade. And nonetheless, Devious, they are still very much so in this one. Dave, what are your thoughts? I know you stuck around a little bit more than I did, but was the bantering back and forth a little better? They have a little bit more of a clear direction?
Well, it was pretty all right. Definitely can't complain, but I'm just trying to keep my eyes on the scoreboard at this point because the kills keep trading back and forth. It's like as soon as I feel like Devious are going to grab themselves an advantage in the map control, SK are quickly able to answer back and maintain about a 20-point lead. Definitely got to say, over the years, we have definitely heard the voice comms of Devious become more of that business as usual, as we would like to say, right?
Okay.
This is a team that used to be a lot more jokey, and you can definitely tell that they are a lot more committed to actually putting the work in and trying to be a better team as a result. And well, they've made the comeback happen as they finally take themselves a lead in this game.
Oh, and look at this. Mago's already making the route all the way to New. And he's going to be the only man there as the backside spawns are going to be given up. I'm not quite sure how that happens, but you don't pay attention for a little bit. And what looked like what could be the biggest deficit to overcome, go back into the pockets of Devious. It's going to be a break for SK. They're going to be able to soak up some hill time. They're going to get the new spawns as well. And no Pingy. He's going to get dropped. And just like that, the spawns are going to get dropped on their heads as well. SK do have a little bit of a lead, but it's going to be marginal in comparison to what this P4 opening is going to look like. Let's go ahead and drop in for the comm listenings with them. As things are about to get a bit shaky, let's see how they handle the heat.
One just Mr. Mid tank, bro.
One out the cloud deep.
Let's see.
Yo, yellow.
You snow right now.
Yeah. One more.
Rain's absolute. He's a sec rate.
Bro, what the fuck?
It's funny out in the tower. Hang on.
There's 2 by O, bro. He's by stairs.
I got one.
Stairs for now.
I got 2.
There's one red.
Get in.
I got 3. Come on, push that shit.
Yo, one deep, Scott. He's half full. He's one secret. No, he's one secret.
Good.
Nice. Top's open right now.
One more smoke, bro.
Top is open.
Go new, guys. Go new.
Top is open right now by himself.
Backstab. The tractor. They're spawning, see them. They keep spawning the same place.
Why did I on
One computer.
Two top, bro.
Look my snow.
Yeah, one more seat down. No one's there.
Top dead.
You see down, nice.
Top. You have to get top. That's like this. Two top. One's any. Be careful.
Any dead? Fucking cage on insane.
Just your pinky.
Holy shit, that's a fucking clip.
Top got me. He's half. Nice.
Two top. One shot. Nice. One more. Two more top. Guys. Top.
Okay. Dropping. Nice.
Dead. One more missers.
One of my choked. He's on point by himself. Scott. Nice.
Good shit.
Mister.
Boy, these boys are cooking. Oh! Lethal of 5 in the feed, a full wide, making 6. Scott finally gonna be able to shut him down, but the damage has been done. We got ourselves a little bit of a bloodbath on our hands. It's been a back and forth affair right down the lead. In the hands of 6 Kings. Can they shut it down? 25 seconds left to go here for they take that victory. But they got to do it here on the P2 rotation, where they have fought tooth and nail for a P1 time. And Dave, this one certainly becoming a classic going into the second third P2 rotation.
Well, off the back of, honestly, they turned things up when we were in that listening.
Yeah.
Legacy was going ham. Kryzo had a really massive play. You could hear the excitement from Pengi that was a clip.
I caught it. It was definitely a clip.
Listen, you're not wrong. You are not wrong. And you know what? One thing I got to say about that listening was honestly, the call-outs and the confirms specifically were
100%.
really key there. You had call-outs, and if you listened directly after when that problem was dealt with, it was made clear every single time. Top clear. And those are, I think, really important things to make note of. So now only 7 points to go. Okay,
This is it. That's it.
To grab
They
a
got the
victory
break.
right
Legacy's
here.
got it. Don't step off the hill, Legacy. They've done it. 250
Oh,
to 221.
goodness.
This was looking like a game that was going to go to a P3, and Devious were going to be able to come back from behind. But Legacy making a all-star read, able to make the adjustment in time, get that kill, and get on that hill, more importantly, and shut it down. We don't even get the P3. Legacy, you're our king, homie. 6 crowns on you, my friend. 45 and 34, minute 59 on the hill. 6 kings come through and slay out Devious. And both of our stage 4 playoff qualifying teams dropping their opening hardpoint. Not a great sign here for North America.
I mean, we might be on the way to 2 upsets coming your guys' way as SK are able to take down Devious here, as you mentioned. The second time tonight that our stage 4 qualified teams are in a little bit of a pinch. And let me tell you, Legacy came through absolutely smoking fools during that game. 45 and 34 on the board, 16 assists, and 2 minutes of hill time. Absolute legend coming through. As a result, you can see most of the team, actually, at least our top 3, are positive, and we've got really great objective score almost across the board for this team as well. 2 minutes Legacy, minute and a half on Pengi, minute 24 on Lethal as well. Definitely solid there. Mago and Kryzo a little bit lower on the board, but we obviously saw Mago specifically and Kryzo trying to make those flank and anchor plays, so you got to forgive them a little bit on the objective time. Look over at the opposition, and obviously we have a couple players that did go positive, but definitely had struggles to maintain map control. In fact, I think we might even have a few more players positive on the side of Devious, but it just wasn't enough, and they weren't able to rack up the hill time, with Zolf leading the charge at 141, but you've got 3 players under a minute here, and you can just see that SK really prioritized that time, and they're going to come through with that victory.
Yeah, they are indeed. Certainly a well-fought victory, well-calculated, well-executed, a huge risk. Legacy took that one, and surely it paid dividends. So we don't get that P3. We don't get to see that comeback. We don't get to see a fight to the end. It gets ended abruptly. So rolling into the slums, search or destroy. Predictions are out the window. Devious. Clearly, this is, one of those matchups that, hey, these guys haven't changed very much other than adding Pengi, which is a huge dub. One of my favorite players from 2021, one of my favorite players that I got to meet in Dallas last year around this time as well, too. So, super excited to see him back into the mix. Wish he would have been available to play sooner, but hey, things happen, and they do happen for a reason. Hopefully we'll see if this hardpoint does go down for a reason. Slums is where this one could close out, and I'm going to be honest with you. Search and Destroy has looked abysmal for the side of Devious. They need tremendous amount of work put into this one. I could very much so see this being a 2-0 game, and SK closing it out. If Devious doesn't play right.
Yeah, I I definitely got to agree with you there, because this SK lineup, we specifically look at how strong they are when it comes to search and destroy, right? That's the comment that we've made every time we've seen this team play over the past couple of weeks. So there's a big opportunity for them to do so here. However, I will say, historically speaking, the side of Devious has always been stronger in their search and destroy as well. So we'll be on the lookout for that. But, I mean, you know, I'm proud of both of our underdog teams here today. Came through and opened up with a victory in the hard point. So regardless of what happens here, I definitely am glad that SK came through and, you know, showed us they've been putting in that work one way or another.
Hashtag put that work in. They have been. Obviously, Six King season's over with. They're continuing to fight on. Their Stage 4 dreams out the window. Let's see if they can cause some nightmares here for the Stage 4 qualifying playoff contenders. So far, they've been able to rattle them there in the hard point. Is it going to amount to a 2-0, or will we get to see the control? We'll have to find out now as we jump on into it. Could be the last game of the night. Could open the door for some more standoff. It is the search on Slums. Wait for one player to ready up or get back into the lobby. I'm not sure who it is. It's Kryzo. Get out of chat, homie. Get out of chat now.
I was gonna say something too, but I didn't. I was really going to let him fry. I was going to be like, I'm sorry, what team are you on? Even though we were obviously just watching him play, so. It's a little rough. I held back. I controlled myself. But, you know, Search and Destroy coming your guys' way on the slums here of Panama. Got some exciting sniper talent in the lobby. Obviously, you've got Mago on the board. You've got Rihan as well. And that could be very, very exciting for this matchup. It does look like Lethal going to be sniping as well. So another player to be on the lookout there. He's playing the bomb heady on A side, and this could be an important one. Gets the information, but executed! Lethal getting dumpstered!
There ain't no way.
How shit did it happen? Oh, goodness!
Oh, man, I'm stuck in third person now. Holy hell. I look like, man, is that what we just saw? Is that what we're playing for? We're playing for memes now?
Listen, it was great. It was absolutely great.
Was it really? I caught it I caught it from after glorious. It started happening. I didn't catch it from beginning on. That's tough. Who was it that got executed?
Lethal.
Lethal? Get executed, homie.
Yeah.
I'm literally bugged and okay, now I'm not. Okay. I'm out of third person. We can relax. Pangy gonna be the first blood. Doof out for Zolf. Homie came through and played for vengeance. God! What was that? I'm catching it from the receiving end, bro. It ain't feel good. Dumpstered. Legacy shut down. Bomb. Planted over at B. It's a 2v4. Mago and Kryzo got their work cut out for them. And Devious putting them in the blender early on, taking them to Pound Town. This one is brutal. 1-1. Oh, we're tied up. I thought the execution meant that round was over, and indeed, it did go in favor of the boys.
Listen, that was my first COD Mobile execution I got to see, so I'm happy with that regardless. So yeah, that's how it is. That's exactly how it is. So we're getting further and further on into the action here, all tied up 1-1, and let me tell you, Zolf and Scott ripped through the opponents there. That's going to leave Lethal and Mago. Lethal able to get the quick scope on to Rihan, but with S-Thug taking down Mago, it's going to leave Mr. One Kill Lethal all alone against 4. And with that bomb plant and only 40 seconds left on the clock, it is not looking promising. Here comes the flash, I think?
Yeah, that's... Oh! Let him cook. Lethal. 25 seconds left to go to clutch. Nobody's going to push you after that one. And surely, we've got ourselves a ball game. Let's see if he gets something done. Maybe put on a little bit of a montage before he gets clipped. No, it's S-Thug who is going to be shutting him down. So, no harm, no foul there. Devious 2 rounds in a row after the execution from the first. Didn't result in them winning, but it certainly was a little bit of a momentum booster. Able to take the lead and run away with it right here. Let's find out now. As 4th round in. Advantage to the boys over at Devious. Can they do something with it? First blood in, Rihan. He ain't missing. Middle of the map is lethal for him. And I'm not talking about lethal himself. I'm talking about Legacy getting dropped. Surely along with it, trade's going to come through. It is going to be Zolf, your Doof player, taken out. But the direction here, it's split. And not a commitment on either side as of right now. It's just stout defense here. Lethal needs to hold this line here over at A. Cannot give them any hope of making this rotation. Bam! Lights out Rihan. Able to get some shots on red. There it is. Nobody's safe to pass through this site. And this should be a little bit better of a defending approach now that you've got control of both points.
Now, certainly could be. We'll see as things keep rolling here. Scott going to come through with one on to Kryzo, making things look a little bit more doable, but Pengi right here for the trade gets kill number 1 on the board for himself. And this is looking like SK going to be able to tie things up here in our round 4. Shy of S-Thug, making miracles happen. He's able to find one, but immediately gets pushed, and that is going to be an excellent collapse out of Lethal there, as we mentioned, to tie things up. 2 more rounds of our offense for the side of Devious here. Will they be able to get us to a game 3, or will SK find a way to sneak things out in 2-0 fashion?
Let's see what they can do. It's been a back and forth affair, just like we got in the hard point. So far, the edge. Looking like it might be going over to the side of Devious. 3 down almost instantly. Pinky going to be able to find one in return, but can't play his life. Mago, the last hope. A breadstick to his name. He's going to need 4. Oh! The flick! The shots are nasty. He's going to be able to take down 2, and this is certainly doable. 1v2 now. Taking what? Whoa! Whoa! Mago! Lighten him up. 35 seconds here for the clutch. He's only got to take down S-Thug, and now he's making the long wrap. S-Thug, a lot of time being played with the shots. Mago's eating him. S-Thug, the deep wrap himself. And the read's there. Mago not able to pull the trigger. S-Thug shuts it down. A 1v4 for the clutch. And S-Thug just better in that instance, man. A very well-fought one for Mago. He should have been dead 10 times. He should not have even had even an ounce of hope. And somehow just, I mean, I don't know, man. He's just built different.
All right, well, as Vert said, just built different. You know what? Sometimes that is just the case. We're going to be keeping things rolling here in this matchup as we now have the lead once again here in favor of Devious. Are going to have some crazy good trades for themselves this round. The 3 for 2 now as Lethal is actually able to take down Rihan. That's going to leave us in a 3-2 situation. A little bit of utility coming out. We do have essentially a free bomb plant out of Scott here if he decides to go for it, but Code's going to take down Lethal, and now Mago, last alive, misses a crucial shot he needed there, though. That's rough.
He didn't miss very many of those last round. He's going to have to clutch it up again. First player encountered there is S-Thug. Going to be able to make the wrap all the way through blue. And back to the spawn he goes. Do not want to tempt fate here. We know what the man's capable of. Certainly put on a little bit of a clinic before he went down swinging last round. This time not going to be as easy. You can see both players that were initially on the site all double back to the spawn. Red kind of back there in the back line as a line of defense. And here comes the attempt. It is going to be snaked, but Scott going to whiff it out, but Red actually going to get the credit for the kill. Good collection, good bomb plant, good awareness, good execution. Post plant, absolutely perfected. 4-2 as we flip sides, advantage. Devious. They are not done with this series yet.
Well, they might not be done with it yet, but there is plenty more that we have rolling for you guys here as we get into this next round. The advantage, obviously, pretty heavily in favor of Devious with 2 rounds. With Red coming through from behind. That's going to be Code for 3. It's going to make things a 2 versus 2 after a start that was looking great for the side of SK. But now with Code dropped, that's going to leave Rihan, one of the key players of this starting lineup for Devious here, in a good position. Checks for bomb down. Clearly not going to have that there, as bomb is going to get planted by Pengi. Now it's Lethal and Pengi that have 40 seconds on the clock to make this defense happen. And unfortunately for Rihan, that is 2 angles that are going to be covered on his rotation. And his options are a sniper and an LK. You'd certainly like to see something a little bit more close range focused as that secondary, like a CBR, a Switchblade, a Fennec, something like that.
Something like that. Well, life hands you lemons. You make margaritas. Just kidding, that's limes. Yeah, I know that's limes. Here comes the hit. It ain't close, it ain't personal. It ain't even pretty, bro. There is no way he wins that one. Certainly. He does take down the first, which he had no business winning. Doesn't amount to much, though, as the first round on the attacking side. Looking pretty solid there. 2-1. Does not get clutched up there from Rihan. And we've got ourselves an interesting one as we get the flip in through 3-4. Pinky going to be able to open up the first blood. He is your bomb carrier as well. He's looking for more. Scott going to be able to put him on his back, but it is S-Thug. Right there in return. Last player alive, actually. And SK looking pretty solid here on the attack opening few rounds. Bar Miracle here in the 1v4 out of S-Thug. Bomb's going to go down over at 8. Lethal says, I'm going to push it anyways. I'm one shot, homie. Let me not take this gunfight, actually. As he almost gets put on a poster or a t-shirt or a milk carton. It is Lethal who is able to find the shots. The one that gets away always makes payday.
Listen, I ain't even gonna be upset about it. I mean, that was just really, really well played out of the side of SK there, and they have brought things all the way up to a tie once again. Sitting on 4-4 between these two teams now is absolutely huge. This gives SK an opportunity where they could be looking to close things out in 2 and pick themselves up 20 points here for today. Zelf gonna find a big one onto Pengy, and well, if you're a Devious fan, you need that opening kill for hopes of a round 3. But Lethal and Mago, they answer back with 2 of their own. Wow, make it 3, and Mago finally gonna get dropped.
Okay, well, free bomb plan over here at the A site. A good wrap here from Zolf. Can't win the gunny though. It's all on Scott, the mustache man. Gonna make a mustache play here. It's a powerful one. It's 1v3. The Amethyst Serpent skin. You don't need a red dot for this one. And surely that fifth attachment is paying off. There's literally no recoil. Legacy, the last hope. Let's put himself in a good position here with a close range encounter. As he knows exactly what's going on. Scott's got too many angles to cover. And surely as soon as he hops that defuse, he is going to be ousted. There goes the fake. Pros don't. Scott does. And Legacy not getting fooled. Plus the pitter-patter of the footsteps. Not going to help him out any right there. Legacy clutching on up. 1v3. Out the window. 6 Kings. Back in control. They're trying to put this out in a 2-0 fashion. Very much so could do it here on the attack. They have looked nothing but untouchable so far.
Definitely a great position for them to be in, you know, being up around. Their attack has been looking pretty all right with the way that their defense was a little bit more lackluster. So, you know, the big thing right now is Lethal somehow, you know, despite having such a rough start, really putting in the work right now. 12 kills deep. He has as many kills as pretty much the next, you know, 2 players, whoever you pick on the team combined. So, you know, Mago, Legacy, that's 13. So right there at that number. So first blood going to come through. Obviously getting traded out quickly. And Mago has really had some... Oh my goodness! Absolutely disgusting flick out of Mago there. Oh my goodness.
Disgusting. It's nasty. It's electric. It's the Lotus Flames. It's beautiful. And Red now in a position to go big. Lethal, Bomar, homie, you are him. 6-4. We are on match point. Both stage 4 qualifying playoff land playing event teams looking like they're getting outplayed by teams that didn't make it. Teams that decided to stick around and play competitively. Maybe even combine their talents in hopes that they could absolutely give these teams some work. Maybe even play for a little bit of Mobile Masters later on. So far, it's been so good. Legacy going to be able to get the trade there as Lethal gets out. Zolf going to be able to take down Cryzo. It's a 3v3. Scratch that. 2v2 now as S-Thug and Zolf get traded out. And Legacy and Pingy, bomb in hand, are going to be right here in Grave, looking to make the rotation on over. And the deep wrap here from S-Thug could come back to haunt them. And Devious might be opening the floodgates here for this A site, but it could be a trap.
We'll certainly see as everything continues to roll on between these two teams, but that is going to be another big round as things are so very close here, Verdict. If we're able to get one more round out of Devious, we could be looking at some OT here, a potential for them still to get a game 3. They got to find a way to shut down both Lethal and Mago, the sniper duo for the side of SK that continues to impress, as Lethal able to come through with the wallbang shot to find Rihan off the rip. Rihan's even been forced to put down the sniper. It's not something that we often see for Rihan, and well, he's still not able to find anything worth there. Fortunately for the team, the 1-for-1 trade is good, but Cryzo's here for Zulf as well. And this could be the nail in the coffin. The 4-3 advantage. It's looking good for SK with bomb in hand of teammate Pengi right now.
Yeah, Zulf, that was, I mean, in an instance like this, bro, you're down a player. Making a play of that caliber, not it. SL going to get dropped. It's down to 2 red. It's down to Scott. 2v4 here for the clutch. Playoff time, or, sorry, overtime, or is it the sweep? We'll see if we need to get a brooms out. Here comes the hit. Over towards the A side we go. It is going to be Piggy clearing out all odds and ends, and this is a weird position to put that bomb in. Slide peeks. Going to give away his location. They're going to go ahead and content with this B side. As they do stick it. Red and Scott now going to be battling in the trenches. It's basically a 2v5 with that bomb about to detonate. 40 seconds in, it goes boom. We'll see the hits coming through the front. We'll see it be coming from the backside as well. Red try to sneak on through. Man, you try to peek those quarters, man. It is so dang tough to do so with 5 players or 4 players left standing. That's going to do it. Game number 2, 7-5 victory. 6 Kings shut down Devious. No signs of a game 3 here. Well-fought victory for them. They're going to earn 20 points.
All right, well-fought victory, and like we said earlier, could happen. 6 Kings are absolutely a team that you have to respect, and well, they came through and absolutely proved that here today. Devious, another Stage 4 competitor, taken down by the underdogs here, and you know, listen, Lethal, Mago, I mean, the dynamic duo on that Slums map with the snipes was absolutely crazy. Totaling for 27 kills between the two. I mean, that is some nuts numbers, and you know, you definitely got to give them their credit. So we're going to take the victory here, pick up 20 points. As you mentioned earlier, with the situation that we're in right now, most of the teams are pretty safely qualified, but overall, I can't complain. I think we got some exciting games tonight, and you know, even though we're only going to have 2, I feel like I'm pretty satisfied with the outcome.
Very satisfied. We'll take a look if you're just now tuning in. You missed a whammy of a series, ARP. Not the same ARP there from Stage 4 that didn't win as many games as they needed to. It's completely different. It's kind of a hybrid of ARP and DICE. They look electric. They look like an unstoppable force. And of course, Luminosity could not even stand in their way as they drop 2 ARP, 2-1, 2-0 for 6 Kings. Both of these teams didn't qualify. Both players on there not going to land. And the teams that are sitting here victoryless. And I gotta say, man, those were 2 great matchups considering the circumstances. A pretty solid affair now as we take a look at the standings, as we should. Luminosity not going to be able to clips out Tribe there. They're going to just be tied up at 60, a 2-way tie for first. Simplicity with 55, Devious with 40. We roll on to 6 Kings who have the head-to-head. They are going to be your 4th seed. Doesn't matter if you end in 4th or 5th. You're still going to be playing the same team in the playoffs. ARP with 35 as they snag 15, I'm sorry, from Luminosity. That today was it was a W of a day. We got to see only 2 matches, but those were some high-quality matchups, were they not? You look so cute when you talk.
Oh yeah, when nobody can hear me either.
Yeah.
I gotta say, I'm pretty happy with today. You know, we knew it was going to be a little bit shorter of a day, and I think we got really the most exciting outcome, right? We had 2 matchups where we could realistically see it going either way, but had a definitive favorite. And, you know, we got the upset in both cases. So definitely shows quite how competitive the NA region can be when teams bring their best. It's just not always that we see the best out of these teams. So, you know, big shout out to 6 Kings coming through with such a strong performance today. Obviously, big shout out to ARP and their new roster. Looked absolutely clean today. And, just goes to show LG and Devious also still going to need that practice moving forward because we want NA bringing home another Worlds title, right?
That's absolutely right. Got to put that work in. No hashtags needed, man. Just do it. All right? That's not a Nike commercial. You got to do what you got to do, and it's got to be convincing. These super teams in other regions, they look kind of gross, man. I know China's looking nasty, as they always are, and Garena is definitely looking like the tip-top of their performance. It is going to be the best COD Mobile Championship there will be to date in Stage 5 this year. Wonder where it's going to be at. We'll find out later on. Obviously, our stage for Atlanta bit. It's going to be in Seattle, PAX West, September, the beginning of September, something like that. But tomorrow, don't forget to tune in to the Stage 4 finals for both Japan, Europe, LATAM, and yeah, that's crazy. They're doing all three in 2 days. That's going to be wild.
Yeah.
Who's tuning in? Maybe a watch party? I don't know. We'll find out. We're going to get you geared up for a raid. We're going to send you over to our favorite streamer who is not streaming yet. That's Day. I'm just kidding. We're going to find someone else and substitute unless he does stream. Until then, we're going to...
I'm plenty fine, thank you.
No? Okay. We're gonna go ahead and send you the COD Mobile trailer, and then we're going to send you to your favorite streamer who's not Day because he's not live. So somebody else, a substitute. We'll figure it out. We'll catch you then. Later.